One of the amazing things about On is that we are all sprinting towards that same mission of igniting the human spirit through movement. For me, what that really means is that in our digital experiences, we have to bring that inspiration into it. It's very easy for any team working on an e-commerce experience to focus purely on sales. Ultimately, you can't ignite the human spirit by just selling shoes or selling apparel. Otherwise, you've created a pretty standard experience. Storytelling is one of the most effective things that a brand can do. And so for me, it's about enabling our teams to tell those stories. When we think about bringing that over to digital storytelling and digital experience, the important piece there is to make sure that that is part of the story of all of our products. And in our storytelling, we focus on humans and how humans use those innovations to drive results. The mission of On is built around the concept of performance. That came from the very first invention of the original product. And I think that spirit allows us to have an attitude of testing and learning and adjusting based on what we learn. With our previous site, it was just very slow to change things. E-commerce and storytelling don't always naturally live side by side. And especially when we looked at when you were trying to create maybe custom pages or unique pieces of content, you just couldn't. It was just too static. The most important part is that you can introduce small pieces of that storytelling, but you don't want to overwhelm a customer. If a customer is interested in it, they'll dive deeper, and giving them that opportunity is super important. Taking an approach that allows more composability is crucial in terms of being able to move quickly. So we did a website redesign and rebuild. A lot of the philosophy around that was about componentizing a lot of pieces of the site to allow us to make changes more rapidly. Working closely with the Contentful team while we were undergoing that redesign and redevelopment process was a huge opportunity for us. Scaling technology is sometimes a slow process. And I think the composable content through Contentful is so important when we think about that ability to adapt and change. One of the more impressive results that we've achieved, in my personal opinion, is we developed a mobile app recently. We were able to do so very quickly using, in part, the composable content model through Contentful. It meant that we didn't have to rebuild content models, rebuild components, and enter content, which really sped that process up for the team. One of the spirits that we have here at On is the athlete spirit. And I think that part of being an athlete is failure. I think there's no way to avoid it. I think you have to really embrace it in order to really hit the pinnacles of performance. And so that's something that we really take seriously. It allows us to test things. It allows us to fail and to fail fast and to learn from those failures and to adjust to really get to the heights that we want to reach. And I don't think that we would have achieved the same results in terms of that flexibility without Contentful as a tool.